I watched a very good and very relevant YouTube video this morning from this guy called Baron Von Grumpy, motorcycle vlogger from the UK. Today's video, apparently he's been away for a while. Not away, but not making videos for a while, and the reason being is because he's going through a lot of personal shit in his life. So, which is funny because, you know, so am I. And he's dealing with depression, and I've always had depression in my life. Thankfully, I haven't required the use of medication. What are you doing? Yeah, I haven't required the use of medication throughout my depression journey. I have had to use pills in the past, and I didn't like them, and I just sort of found ways to deal with depression, which I've spoken about on many videos on my channel. I think it's important, and that's what he's trying to get across in this video. Was not enough people talk about the fact that they suffer from depression, especially men, because, you know, we got to be all hairy and fucking toughed and jacked up on testosterone, and you know the routine, and not enough. And I know specifically in the UK, in Britain, male suicides due to depression is very, very much on the rise. Is that how I want to put that sentence together? And a lot of people don't talk about it. Equally as dangerous as a lot of people refuse to recognize the state of their own mental health and happiness. Now, being a person of depression, living in depression for so long, I'm no expert, let's put it that way, and none of these things I say are to be taken as doctoral level advice. I'm just someone who's lived with it. But as a person that's lived with it, I can recognize it in other people. Not always easy, but I can. And you see the symptoms, and you can see the mood swings and the behavior that's indicative to someone with depression. And you know, that's another thing people with depression are very good at. Some of them, they can hide it very well. You might, in talking with me, not realize that I have depression. You might be shocked to hear that, you know. Depression is something I deal with every single day, and it comes with a lot of highs and lows. You know, that's what it is. Your chemical changes in your brain, and, you know, things just trigger it. You know, that's why I'm out for a ride right now. I'm pretty fucking low. In fact, I'm really low. And sure, you might think, well, why are you operating a motorcycle? Well, it's part of my tool set to sort of distract my brain and just use it to go through this little bit of downtime, and then it'll go away, and it'll come back, and then it'll go away, and it'll come back. You get it. So anyways, yeah, people with depression, they're pretty good at hiding it. You know, a lot of people don't want to just constantly complain about themselves and their mental health, and a lot of people just want to live a simple, normal life, everyday life. So, you know, they do that by not necessarily masking or hiding, but putting their best attitude forward and putting their depressional state into the background. So, but back to what I was saying, and a lot of people do not want to recognize that they are depressed or suffering from depression. Now, of course, why they do that is very individual, because we're all individuals. Some people think that, well, there's nothing wrong with me. How dare you even suggest that? And they get super defensive and angry and moody. Well, there's your sign right there, fella or madam. And some people just have maybe lived a big portion of their life in a depressed state, and they don't know different, so they don't really understand or recognize that they are depressed, and perhaps life could be better for them. So, yeah. And a lot of people, they will have a trigger where all of a sudden it will feel like their life is just collapsed, and they wake up feeling absolutely useless and unwanted in the world, and no matter what anybody else tells them or demonstrates to them that it's not the case, and you refuse to believe it. That's depression. That is depression. And one of the big things for a depressed person is feeling useless and sort of being unable to be alone with your own thoughts at times. And that's my case. I think, oh man, I would love to just chill out and be by myself, and yeah. And then there's other times where it fucking terrifies the shit out of me. That was a big giant bumblebee. He's no longer with us. Yeah, that's my bag of tricks. Is the thought of being alone, and it's terrifying, because you know it's easy to get into that state of mind and not have anyone or anything to help pull you out of that hole, out of that spot that you're hopefully temporarily in. So you have that risk, and that's me. And I mean, thankfully, I've got a lot of things in my life that help me, but you know, that changes, life changes, and sometimes I don't always have those tools available to me, and I go through days sometimes of very deep despair, and you know, I just know that if I hang in there and you know, buckle down, it'll pass, and it usually, well, it does. 99.99% of the time it does. We're here at the Chevron to get gas because I'm out of gas, and there's a gas spill there, so I'm going to use this pump. So yeah, it's something that terrifies me sometimes, that I'm going to have a frickin' bout that's going to take me longer than usual to get out of, which is normal. Nobody likes being so sad and depressed, but you know what, it is part of life. Look at gas, $2.20, everybody. $2.20 per liter. Insane. So, yeah, that's my talk on depression. This Baron von Grumpy seems like a good guy. And again, that's another thing about YouTube. That's a big problem with shit on YouTube, is people aren't always portraying themselves, their true selves, and what they're going through. And then other people see that and they think, well, look at this guy. He's super happy. He's got everything going for him. Why is he? What's his secret to life? Well, guess what? Maybe his life is an absolute fucking shit show. You just don't know about it yet. And that's what social media and all that Instagram and YouTube shit is because people portray a very inaccurate version of themselves. So there you have it. What else did Baron? Oh, so he said one of his tips for how he deals with feeling down or preventing it is when he wakes up in the morning, first thing, don't lay around in bed and let your mind start going nuts. Get up, get whatever clothes on you feel you need, and go for a walk. Get outside. Doesn't matter what the weather is. Get outside and go for a walk, and walk for however long you're able to. Me, I got to get up and go to work, so I don't have free time in the morning, which definitely helps me. But on my days off, let me tell you, man, when I get up, if I lay in bed too long, that little depression hamster wheel sure starts spinning. So my thing is yeah, I get up right away and I make a coffee, and I fire up YouTube to occupy my brain, and then I sit there and figure out what I'm going to do for the day, so on and so forth. If I'm going to make a video, am I going to, I don't just sit there and dwell, because trust me, people, if I just fucking sit there and dwell, my brain takes over in a bad way. So yeah, I agree with his advice. Get up, get your ass outside and walk. If you're a runner, clearly go run. Or a cyclist, do that. But get outside, get out of your environment, because a lot of times the environment that we're in is our domicile is part of the problem. And you got to get out and change up the scenery. So I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, shit. Baron von Grumpy. And that's about it. Yeah, everybody. Boy, oh boy, have I ever babbled today. And typically what I would do at this point, everybody, if you care, is I'd go home, I would start uploading the video to my computer, my mini Mac, go crack a cold one, and get ready for editing. That's the last thing I'm going to talk about. Stay away from alcohol and drugs, marijuanas, whatever. Stay away from that stuff if you are dangerously depressed. It is very easy to start drinking as a coping mechanism. Boink, boink. What the hell? It is very easy. Trust me. I know a lot of recovering alcoholics, and I know that I have done my fair share of consumption to sort of dull or distract my brain. So stay away from any of that shit if you think you've got the depression problem. Alright, holy crap. That's it. Hope hope you got something out of this, everybody. And yeah, do like and subscribe, because I know YouTube won't recommend my fucking videos. I want to keep building a community. What a beautiful day. Alright, love you everybody. Goodbye.